Hello guys, welcome back to Knitting Catalog. Like my video and subscribe to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how to machine knit for the first time. So right away guys, let's go and see how to do that. So here in my front I have my knitting machine already in my front installed. I advise you watch my first video on how to install knitting machine. That will make you to know how I get to this stage of putting my wool into my machine, into my antenna. So right now what you are going to get ready if you want to machine knit for the first time is your wool on your antenna, your carriage being set, then all your accessory that you need to work with are very close to you. So I just want to show you the tape that we use to calculate how our width, the width of the project or anything you want to knit, how the width is. We have it from center 0 to 100, then to 100 to this side. So you have all this needle to work with. It depends on how the width of your job wants to be, or what you want to knit to be. So the first thing to do is to get to the needle and select how many needle you desire to work with. So right now I'm going to shoot 20 from here to 20. So we always say it in our language of knitting, cast on 20 by 20. What it means is this is by and this is 20 by 20. Our 0 at the center is the by. So you are going to push all the needle to B position. B position. Here you can see, let me get to this side. Here you can see there's A position. A position means that your needle are not ready to work. Your needle are where they supposed to be when they are not going to work for you. Then B position is when they are set out to work. Then D position is when you are ready to manipulate them to do some certain things. And E position is when they are resting. They are working, but they are just on hold on for you. So but when we want to knit, we push it down to B position, in which I've already select 20 by 20. Then the next thing to do is to check your row counter. Row counter will make you to remember how many row you have gone so far. When we are talking about row is the length or how you knit, how you want it to be lengthy, tall or long. Then when the needle is the width side of it. So right now I've already set my row counter to 0 0 0. That is, I've not knit anything at all. Then this is the mechanism that is going to make it to be moving. Then I'm going to release this for it. If it's up like this, it's not going to touch it. Let me move. It's not going to touch it at all. Then if I push it down, it's going to touch it. You can see that it has gone to 1. So I'm going to turn it back to, for you to see, I'm going to turn it back to 0, meaning I've not even knit anything at all. Then this to down for it to work. Then to knit on knitting machine, you have to follow the instruction. If you don't follow the step-by-step instruction, it's not going to work the perfect way you wish to see your knitting work to be. So after selecting the desired needle you want to work with, you set your row counter. Then the next thing to do is to come here and set your tension gauge. How do you want your work to be tight? How do you want it to be close? how do you want it to be loose? So we are going to still talk about this part of this machine, relating it to our work later in the future. So right now I'm going to show this place is the demarcation that is showing you which number you are using. If you are using 10, that is, you want it to be lighter, you want people to see through, it's not going to be thick like that. Then when you are now going to 10, sorry, when you are going to 0, it's going to be very tight, it's going to be very tight. So I'm going to go back and use tension 8. We call it tension. I'm going to use 8. You can see it right here. That's 8. I'm going to use 8 for my work right now. So after setting your tension, your row counter, bring your needle out. The next thing is to do is to use your comb, your selection comb, to select the needles. Actually, you can use your hand, but it takes time. One is going to go to back. You leave one on B. You leave one on B position, and you push the next one to A, just like that. Just like that. That's the starting of knitting, just like that. But this can actually help us to do it once. You can see the way I'm holding it. So you use this side to cover the back needle and push it to the back. He has already selected for me once and for all. So you make sure they are okay. So I'm going to drive my carriage on it to see they really aligned well, and it's reading 1, in which I've not even started. So I'm going to pull this one up for it not to count for me again if I'm coming back. So that's it, it's okay. Then I'm going to drop it. So this is yarn feeder. I'm going to put my yarn into my yarn feeder and make sure that you allow it to go in, then you close the yarn feeder. So I'm going to hold the end of the wool like this, or better still, you can tie it to the tighter of the machine. You can tie it to the tighter of the machine. Sorry about the darkness over there. Just like this, so that the end of it will not drop out of your hand. You can tighten it, or you use peg to hold it at that end. So I've already secured the end of the wool at that side. Then I'm going to move on the needle. Sorry, just feel that they are not in position. So I'm going to move gently. That's it. I've knit row 1. He has counted for me. This is row 1, and I'm going to hang a weight on it, a comb weight on it. So when you want to hang this, you make sure you fix your work, the hanger on the center, not like this, because it's going to go this way when you start knitting. So you have to make sure your work is at the center. You gauge it this way, then you fix it, lift it up and start to fix it inside the wool, inside the stitches that I've already created with the knitting machine. That's good. So after this stage, the next stage is to pack all the needle together. Let them come back to come and work. All those one at the resting place. So to the 20, this is the last one. Now we have our full needle on to work with. So I'm going to move. As I'm moving, the length of the sweater is going to be increasing. The width is just like this, very small. Then as I'm moving, is going to be dropping down, like getting longer. That's the length we are counting on. So I'm going to move row 2. Sorry. This is row 2. 3. So you check whether they are coming out perfectly before you continue. If there's any error, you can easily check and correct it, but here they are perfectly okay. So I'm going to continue moving. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. As I'm coming out, as I'm knitting, make sure you see the end of this 20. You come out of it, not at the middle you turn back. You must make sure, as I want to move now to the left, I must make sure I see the last 20. Not that I will get to the middle and I will decide to turn back. It may break your needle. So 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. You can see how I got to this length just by knitting 30 rows. This is how to knit. Thank you for watching. I hope you really enjoyed it. If there's any question, you can ask me from the comment below. Thank you very much.